What's going on, guys? It's your boy Kev here, back with another video. We're going over some more NBA prize picks tonight. Guys, if you're new to the channel or new to prize picks is essentially a daily fantasy sports platform where instead of picking players, you pick the overs and unders on the point projections of players. So it's kind of different in that aspect, and it's really cool. I like that. So you can do that 2, 3, 4, or 5 times between that many players. So it's sort of like a parlay in that aspect. And as you guys can see, here's some examples. So I can take the over or under of Julius Randle at 44 points. Pair that with another player like Jason Tatum, a couple more players if I want to do it 2, 3, 4, 5 times, whatever. But my favorite aspect is you can do it between other sports as well. So I can take Randall, like I said, switch over to PGA, take Justin Thomas for 68.5 under over, Dustin Johnson at 68.5, whatever. So it's pretty cool that we can do that. And I like to do it with, other sports like football. You can do it with whatever they offer on that slate. Usually every week they have one for MMA, football in season. And it's pretty cool that you can do that. If you do sign up for it, please use code DGF. It really helps us support the channel. We see every time you guys do, we get that notification, see your name pop up, and it's awesome. It really helps us support the channel. So please do that, and thank you guys when you do. And if you do sign up, I believe they're still running this promo where they will match your first deposit 100% up to $100. So if you put $100 in, you'll get $100 credit free, which is obviously awesome. I do that anytime Prizepicks offers that, anytime any sort of organization. Draftkings does stuff like that too, so I will do that every single time. But let's get into these Prizepicks. Another basketball one. I will say it's a tough slate, guys. I think last night I gave you guys like 5 or 6 choices, something crazy like that. Usually that's not the case. I give you guys like 2 or 3. I'm not going to, steer you guys wrong if I don't believe, there's any good choices on this slate, or, I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to, just to create content for you guys. I'm going to tell you what I like, and, if I want to avoid something or I'm not confident and don't have a stance on something, I'm not going to force something. So this one is one of those, scenarios. And if there is something I'm a little bit, forcing on, I'll let you know. But yeah, well, let's start off with Julius Randle at 44. I'm going to avoid Julius Randle at 44. I just think, it's too close to I was close to picking the over here, as he's cleared it 6 of the last 10 times, but it's not enough for me, and like I said, I'm not going to force it. There's no point. Moving on to it's pretty simple on Randall. Moving on to Vooch. Vooch is a usual prize picks nightmare. I talk about it all the time. I actually like him more at 48. He's been a lot more, expensive than that. We've seen that. But that being said, I just want to avoid him for the most part. Just too spotty from a prize pick standpoint. As you guys know, he has been over 48 3 of his last 6 times, under the other 3, and I just think you avoid him. Just like I said, he's a nightmare from a prize picks perspective. Moving on to Trey Young. I will take Young for the over here, and it's tough. It's a slight over, but this is so apropos for this slate because I told you it's a tough slate. All good things must come to an end. You guys know how much I love Young. He was my prize picks, favorite player, had cleared his projection. This is friggin' incredible. Literally 10 out of 11 times. So his last, 11 times playing, 10 times he cleared his projection. So he was my favorite pick, always hitting the over. But like I said, all good things must come to an end. He is currently nearing, the prize picks graveyard right now. He's just, he's been under 3 games in a row. So that's tough. I think, it's such a tough slate. Like I said, this might be one where I'm not going to force it, but, if you do want to pick one, I will say slight over here. Statistically speaking, Water seeks its own level. He's been playing above the level, at 40 or 45 points. I said 44. I think he goes over 45. I mean, it's just, I think he goes over. I really do. That being said, this might be the last time if we take Trey Young and he for the over here and he doesn't. It might be just time to avoid him and start looking elsewhere because he's so lights out for us, won us a lot of money, and again he's been so consistent. But we might be seeing something here of a drop off. So this is a big game to monitor for using him moving forward, and if we can take more in the future. Moving on to Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum, my Boston boy Tatum. I mean, he sucks. Let's be real. He's been having a pretty disappointing year for what we know he can do. It's just, I think Boston as a whole is kind of underwhelming right now. Hopefully the Celtics can get back after it, but I know they're a little banged up, but it's no excuse. That being said, I will be taking the slight under here. He's actually, in terms of consistency, for someone being consistently over or under their projection, Tatum is actually one of the most consistent people on this slate, where he's been under this projection 5 of his last 6. So on a weak slate, I'll take that. I usually don't like taking Tatum, but on a weak slate, I will be taking that, as that is pretty consistent. Moving on to my boy Jokic, one of my favorite players in the league. You know, my first round pick in my draft this year. I said to take the over against the Celtics tonight, and he absolutely snapped, beat some cheeks. So that was nice to see. You think I'd take him again, but actually will avoid 56. That's the highest we've seen. That is now the highest Prizepicks line we have seen all year for NBA. That's a lot, man. That's a lot to get to, and even for him, I mean, I think he's probably close to averaging that. But that being said, I'm just not ready for that. 56 is so much. I'm not going to take a firm stance on that one. So I will be avoiding Bradley Beal at 44. You know, it's tough. Beal has been playing well lately. He really has. But as a whole, he still really only clears that 44-point projection like 50% of the time. You know, he has a somewhat favorable matchup against Denver, but I do think you can leave him on the slate, or leave him on the shelf for this slate, just because it's just, again, I mean, I don't want to force it in there. It really doesn't. I wouldn't even be probably considering this if it wasn't such a weak slate, but I will be avoiding him, and that will be my stance on that. Sabonis, you guys know I avoid him every time, so you're not going to believe this. I'm going to avoid him again, as usual. Just to reiterate why this guy is such a nightmare in Prizepicks, and I haven't taken him all year. He's been over 4 times of his last 8 games, under 4 times of his last, so it's just fade all day. It's a good player. It's just, that's not what this is about. It's just the fact that he is a nightmare in Prizepicks to take. Moving on to Cat as the final pick. Again, someone who's just apropos for this slate. Someone who's been banged up and injured and missed most of the year. Now comes back and it's just playing like crap. And it's just like, this is a tough slate, man. Very, very tough slate. A lot of people I don't like to see on this one. But I will say, this one, I will let you know, this might be a little bit of a force. Like I said, I'll make it clear if I am forcing it. Cat, I'm going to take it, though. So, you know, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'll be betting the over on Cat here. I said to wait last night on Cat, and my goodness, that was a good call, because I'm glad I did. He saw a miserable 15% usage on 33 minutes and scored 30 fantasy points as a result. So this is a guy, you know, who should be putting up 50, you know, not Jokic numbers, but not too far off either. You know, so to see that is just terrible. He's been pretty bad, but call me crazy. I will say this is such a tough slate. Like I said, I'm going to take, I think he bounces back against the 30th ranked defense against the position for Prizepicks scoring. So I'm going to take the over. I'm going to take the over. Hopefully he isn't too banged up still. I think he has a rebound game. Again, I think water seeks its own level, and he's a very talented player, so I will be taking the over. Call me crazy if I get burned for it. At least, you know, it's my wallet getting hit there. So, but that'll do it, guys. Just to reiterate, I am taking the over on Cat. Slight over. I'm going to avoid Sabonis as usual. Bradley Beal I will be avoiding. Jokic I will be avoiding. Tatum I will be taking the under, as he's been under 5 of his last 6. Young, last chance. Definitely last chance you for him. I will be taking the slight over at 45. I swear this was 44 when I started this video, which they do make adjustments, so it's entirely possible, but I just have 44 written down here in my head, and I just swear they changed that. But I will be taking the over 45 still. Vooch, I'm going to be avoiding as usual, and then Randle I'm going to be avoiding. Tough slate, guys, like I said, but, you know, still give you guys some picks in there, and, you know, there'll be some more dropped before the slate locks, as you guys know. So thank you guys for tuning in. We got some more MMA this week. Super excited about that. Some really good heavyweight fights. Every night, you know, Matt and TJ break down the slates for the live before lock for NBA for Draftkings, so you guys always tune into that, ask some really good questions. I'm always tuning in there and just watching myself, seeing what you guys ask, and you guys are smart, man. And I'll tell you, sometimes I wonder, like, you know, if you guys should be doing some of these videos for NBA. You guys are sharp, so I absolutely love to see you guys, you know, asking the right questions due to injuries and usage, and you know, who's to play that week, and for especially for pricing, you guys are all over that, so that's awesome to see. If you did enjoy the video, please like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell. We really appreciate it, guys, and as always, let's cash.